We're here with running backs coach Autry Denson. Coach, welcome to the show. And really, I guess we want to start this off. You're recruiting the South, right? So tell us a little bit about what's it like recruiting the South against these SEC schools and kind of just going down there and showing what Notre Dame's all about.
Man, it's exciting. I mean, it helps that I'm from the South, so we always joke around saying it takes a guy from the South to recruit the South. But, you know, I'm a huge competitor, so I love it, man. Recruiting the South, as you say, you have the SEC schools, but you also have every other school in the country that tries to come down there and pull guys out. So you get to hone your skills against literally everybody in the country.
Do you see those other schools while you're down there, by the way? Is it kind of like, we're not going to say the name, but, they're here today. Like, do you see those guys?
Absolutely, man. And as you know, Notre Dame is different. We're not better than anyone, but we're different. And it helps that when you're down there, you know, they kind of give you that extra look as well. Like, okay, Notre Dame's in the building. And kind of that stamp of validation that, okay, we're on the right kid as well.
Right. And talk a little bit about that. So you're going down and you're trying to bring Notre Dame to them. So how are you working as an ambassador? How are you trying to articulate really what Notre Dame's all about? Because this isn't a school for everybody, and I'm sure you know that just as well as any of us know it, because you were here, you went here.
Yeah, that is a huge advantage because I live it. I live it every day. So going down, you know right away that if a young man does not buy into, you know, being the best student athlete, being the best he can socially, and wanting to play very high-level football, that he's probably not a good fit at Notre Dame. So it allows us to identify the guys that we want to, you know, recruit right away. But it's really simple, man. You either love this place or you don't. There isn't a, you know, there's no in between, no middle ground. So the ones that get it, I mean, they want to beat the door down. The ones that don't, you know, it's probably not the right fit for them.
Right. And so how long does it really take, and really kind of what process do you go about of figuring out, hey, this kid is potentially a Notre Dame man, or kind of this guy's in the right fit? How do you kind of go about figuring that out?
For me, I'm talking to as many people as I can. I'm talking to coaches. I'm talking to lunch ladies. I'm talking to the guy at the corner store, because, I mean, there are different dynamics when, you know, you're in the South. I mean, It might be the Little League coach that coached him 5 years ago that is, you know, his mentor. So it's just trying to make sure you talk to as many people as possible. And when you start hearing a lot of the same things, really good kid, high character, academics is important to him, you know, those type of things, you know, it starts resonating that, you know, he's probably one of our type of guys.
You're obviously one of the, you know, the most decorated running backs in Notre Dame history. I'm curious, how is you like that lead in? How is it different, really, at Notre Dame from when you were in school to now? What do you see as the differences between the two time periods?
Man, you know what? I would say that just in general nowadays, the game is so much faster. Guys are so much bigger that very rarely do you have just that one running back. That's the bell cow. You usually have more of a running back by committee that allows, you know, maybe 2 to 3 guys to show what they can do. So that is one way it changes. To go off the topic, man, one way that it changes, we didn't have this beautiful goo when I was here, so don't want to sound like the old guy in the room, but, man, the accommodations are definitely better the second time around.
I can definitely see that. Now I guess we'll move a little bit into the kids that you've got. We'll start with the running backs, Tony Jones Jr., Deion McIntosh. Maybe talk a little bit about the process of recruiting them and how you went about kind of finding them and what they are as players.
Well, have known about both of them because, like you said, I'm from the area, but that is my thunder and my lightning, man. We end up getting 2 very good young men off the field, very good students, high character young men, but very, very competitive football players that bring 2 different skill sets to the table. You have a big guy in Tony Jones that can be that hammer, but has the athletic ability to still run away from you. Really prides himself on blocking, something you don't see in a lot of young running backs. So that was a big attribute for him. Deion McIntosh, man, if you blink, that play is over really fast. Guy that can go from 0 to 100 very fast. You never, ever, ever, you know, have too many of those guys in your program. And he also, too, in the mode of a C.J. Procise, has played wide receiver before, so he can really be a threat in a mismatch against defenses.
It is amazing, though, how running backs today, I know you hit on this, they do so many different things, and they're, I mean, I can't name or can't count as many times I walked out and on number 1 and I hear you screaming from the sidelines, this isn't gonna be quick and this is not gonna be.
You're not gonna enjoy it.
Not gonna enjoy it. I can't imagine how many times you said that, but always fun. Let's talk a little bit about the other few recruits that you got here that are in so far. You got Troy Pride Jr., Devin Stutzville, Spencer Perry, all quality players. Maybe talk a little bit about their process. I mean, you got a lot of guys that you've been recruiting here.
You know, we were blessed, man, to get some really good guys. I feel honored that myself and the other coaches will have the opportunity to mentor these young men for the next 4 years. But football side, I mean, they are all, very, very great players. I mean, Spencer Perry, you get a very physically dominant player, intrinsically motivated, very, very, very high expectations for himself. We were able to get him from Florida, so you got a SEC athletic type player that is going to be helping us here under the dome. Devin Stutzville, been on about this kid since he was, knee high. That's all they talk about. Can do a lot of different things, talking about position versatility, just talking about being a leader on the field, very athletic defender. And Troy Pride, just a ball hawk. No matter where the ball is, he finds a way to be around it. So I'm excited about those guys, just as excited about them because the best friend of an offense is a defense that goes 3 and outs and forces turnovers. So we love when that play counts gets to the 80s and 90s. So that means we're having a pretty good game.
Amen. How about the other? Did you talk a little bit about Troy Pride in there?
Troy Pride, absolutely, ball hawk. Guy that has a DB that has ball skills like a receiver, but now his biggest attribute, aside from all the others, is ultra competitive. Hates to lose, will not lose, will compete at everything he does. If we were walking to the bathroom, he'd try to beat me. That's how competitive that young man is. So he brings that element to the team.
How do you find that competitiveness in the recruiting cycle? I feel like that's something that you can kind of see easily. How do you discern that?
You get chances to watch him in practice, see him outside of that element, and to see if it carries over. Some of these guys are basketball players. Troy runs track. Seeing them in different elements and seeing them respond the same ways and have success. He went to 2 different high school all-star games, and at both of them he was the MVP. So when he was among the best of the best, he stepped this game up.
Right. Let's talk a little bit about kind of the modern day recruiting cycle. I feel like everybody's got their star rating. This guy's a 5-star. This guy's a 4-star. This guy's a 3-star. I had no stars. So I'm just curious, how do you kind of put those stars into perspective? Do you ever really look at those? Do you ever think, oh, this guy is a 3, 4, 5-star guy?
You know what, Joe? It's there, so you have to take notice of it. But at the end of the day, you want to watch the film. You want to, do as much evaluating, seeing them in a bunch of different situations, maybe combines. That's just a piece of it. But seeing them play football, because at the end of the day, you have to be a really good football player. So I'm looking for really good athletes, really good athletes that can also play football at a very high level. So the stars is a piece of it, but I don't think it's the end-all, be-all.
Do you have any? I'm curious, just from being on the road for so long. Do you have any funny, like maybe behind-the-scenes stories from the recruiting cycle that you might be able to share with us? That might be just a little bit of insight into your life.
You know what? I cannot provide you with any of that information right now because it's going to be you'll have to buy the book at some point.
Oh, the book.
The book.
You come on the show. You're promoting the book. I love it. So now we're going to kind of move on into really the heavy-hitting section of this show. And I don't know if you've been prepared for it, but it's something we like to call the hot topic. So the hot topic is 16 rapid-fire questions that you need to answer as quickly as you possibly can and as honestly as you possibly can.
16?
16 in a row. You know why? Class of 2016.
Darn, Joe.
There you go.
Schmidt puts me on the spot.
Hey, it's only fair after what you did at the Echoes, my friend. So here we go. With that being said, the hot topic. Number 1, would you rather go for 1 or 2?
2.
Would you rather receive or defer?
Defer.
Would you rather choose heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
If you were a type of food, what would you be?
Sushi.
All right. What's your spirit animal?
What is a spirit animal?
What is your spirit animal? It's the first thing that comes to your mind. What's the animal that describes you?
Eagle.
Oh, all right. I like that. Kobe or Jordan?
Jordan.
Nobody's saying Kobe. What Disney princess are you, Coach?
Oh, Jasmine.
Swaggy. Ideal burrito type?
Chicken.
Okay. Nothing else?
I guess chicken.
All right.
I'm not a burrito man.
Okay. Do you think Disney World is a trap operated by a mouse?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
I don't know, man. Would you rather be Coach Brian Kelly or Sports Information Director Michael Birch for the day?
BK.
Coach, do you use umbrellas?
Nah.
Come on, man. Be sensible.
No.
Whatever. All right. Go-to dance move.
The two-step.
Okay. If your life was a movie, what actor plays you?
Morris Chestnut.
All right. Scale 1 to 10. Coach, how attractive are you?
Come on, man. I mean, 8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? It's got to be quick. First thing. Boom, boom, boom.
I like to fly.
All right. So I like that. Coach, last question. Do you like being tickled?
No.
Coach, you made it through the hot topic. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
All right.
And with that.